Happy Tuesday. Happy Vlogmas day. I think 7. Vlogmas day 7. I took it upon myself and I said I'm going to upload a video every single day, no matter what it is, no matter what. When I first began this challenge, I literally thought that I was going to be able to have content, footage, scenes in every single video. I thought that I was gonna have the cute little captions, the cute vibe. To do this thing called YouTube. You know, a lot of us post here on YouTube, and so many of us post for different reasons. We come on here for so many different reasons. There's so many users on this platform, and I'm starting to realize that this platform is a lot bigger than I could have ever imagined. I don't know why, but for some reason, these last few days has sent me into different parts of YouTube where I'm discovering just different ideas. I'm learning as the days go on. It's only on day 7, but I'm already learning so much. I told myself that I was gonna challenge myself and I was gonna record every single day. The reason why I haven't been extremely consistent the reason why I haven't been extremely consistent on this platform, I love you. The reason why I haven't been extremely, I literally lost my whole train of thought. I had to go charge my phone and wait for it to like come back on and everything. I literally felt like I was in a good train of thought. And I feel like I lost it, but here goes nothing. So for me, this sounds extremely freaking silly, but I am 27 years old. And ever since I was about 16 years old, I saw YouTube as an outlet. For the most part, I grew up as an only child. So I would come home every single day and I would just sit on my computer and I would just scroll and pretty much just get lost into YouTube. You know, over the years, we all found out that YouTube is an outlet, a source in which you can create an income out of. Over the years now, so many of us know that so many people on this platform are making thousands, millions of dollars on here. They've been able to scale up their platforms and sustain a non-average life. So over the years, I've always wanted to take the plunge and tell myself that I want to be one of those people. I also want to live a beautiful life. I also want to make money from my home. I want to be able to make money creatively. I want to be able to live a more than an average lifestyle. I think that when it comes to careers like music, art, a lot of these things are not super profitable because there's not a super high demand, especially when it's something that's, I guess, unique in a way. A lot of people like to have commonality. That's why it's so much easier to sell a product that has been sold time and time again. I think that as creative people, we always look for ways to question the status quo, to look for loopholes, look for ways in which we can bring newness into our projects. And for a long time, I have been that person. I think that since I was a child, I've always been very curious. I've always been a person who questions everything. religion, the rules, the laws, why this, why that, why we work the way that we do. I think it's safe to say that there are so many of us who think that the way that the world is structured this way, and we have to abide by the rules, color in the lines, and follow the rules. I think that following the rules is something that can be sometimes challenging, but sometimes it can also be very safe. And I think that a lot of the times, the reason why we stay in these safe places is because we understand the work that it takes in order for us to change. There's a lot of judgment that comes from myself. I judge myself a lot because I feel so childish in a way that I can think to myself that I can pursue my dreams, that I could pursue my outlandish thought patterns, my outlandish just, oh my God, that I could pursue my outlandish, non-common goals and actually be successful at it. I think it's not a secret that in traditional cultures expect you to move, act a certain kind of way, and if you're not acting accordingly, you become a sheep. The hard thing about that is knowing that you do have a community of people, but a community of people who don't necessarily share your same ideas, a community of people who are judgmental, a community of people who are unsupportive, a community of people who are unforgiving. And I'm the type of person who questions that a lot. I'm in a place where I want to be able to set my boundaries in a way that helps me win at life. And I want the people around me to accept those things. I understand that in a group of people, not everybody is going to agree with you. I understand that nobody has to understand you, but I found myself in a space where I know that I need to be surrounded by people in a community of people who uplift me, a community of people who are supportive of me. There are a lot of things that I have not healed from. There are a lot of things that I still need to heal from. But what I do know is that I have these feelings, and a lot of the times when I do follow my gut, it leads me to places where it's helped me grow. And now I know how to navigate, how to set boundaries in a way that help me grow. Obviously, this year has taught me so much. And it's funny because my lens is actually coming in tomorrow, and this is the third time that my lens breaks. And I've been noticing a pattern that every single time I have a new lens breaking on me, I feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life. And this is just, I feel like it's another example as what God is showing me. I told myself that I wanted to put myself on this 25-day challenge. I thought it was gonna go smoothly. I thought I just had to motivate myself to just upload 25 videos, just get creative. But it's a lot more than that, because anything that we do in life, I think that a lot of the times we get on the internet and we think that because the internet is a sort of material in which we go into every single day, as far as touching our phones or our laptops and going on social media, we may think that social media is not a place that is impactful for all of us in our everyday lives. We use social media and the internet for everything. And I think it's important to note that the way that our world is changing when it comes to the internet is something that is affecting a lot of us, and it's affecting us in many different ways, and it's okay for us to express it. I've heard people say things like the internet is not real, just turn off your phone. And I can see where people are coming from. However, I think that we have to look at the reality of life, and the reality of life is that access to the internet now is an accessible thing that everybody does, and it's just the way that we have shaped our world. I think as someone like me who's 27 years old, the way that I was affected by the internet, you know, I'm someone who likes to look at life in a way where I still remember that I am a human, that I am a byproduct of Earth. As modern as things may look, we are still entities on this world that are meant to function a certain way. The way that our world is changing, our environment, the way that it's changing, it should be concerning to us. So at first, when I look at the superficial part of the internet and YouTube, I think about my problems. I think about my problems. I think about my limitations. I think about how I grew up. I think about how I'm seeing other people live basically realities, right? Realities that I have not been able to see in my reality ever before. And the way that that's affecting a lot of us is something that a lot of people do not like to speak on. People think that their skin is tougher than steel. Some people like to think that the status quo is what it is. There's no questioning it. I like the new system. I like this thing. I like using it. Yeah, we all like using it. However, I think it's important for people to have different perspectives, for people to have different thoughts, different ideas, and for that to be able to be shared, because it is affecting us. As much as we don't like to admit, it is affecting us. And I do believe that, and yes, I can't personally change it by tomorrow. I feel like little by little, we as people can create the type of environment that we want to live in. And if using the internet is an environment, because it is an environment, it is a material, it is a useful tool that we use every single day. You know, you really have to have tough skin to live not only on this planet, but I feel like the internet intensifies it times 10. I think that a lot of people like to think that the internet is just a separate part of our universe. It just takes no effect into what's happening into the world, and that all we have to do is just turn off our phones and just never say a thing. I've just felt like I have needed to discover my voice, to understand that I'm valuable on this planet, to understand that my opinions matter. You know, a lot of people are living off survival mode, and they can really crush the people around them to try to bring themselves up. You know, at the end of the day, we are human, and our human instincts is to survive. And the way that we navigate our survival instincts is so different now than it ever was. And the tactics that we use for survival mode are a lot different than they used to be. And a lot of that part of survival has been through the internet, through social media, that we're changing so many people's lives, that we're able to see change around the world, that we're able to see movements around the world shape our current reality. And I think that when it comes to a career path like this or a job like this, because a lot of people don't see the material value in it, a lot of people feel that it's silly. A lot of people feel that it's childish, and a lot of people just don't see the value in it. Because I've always been the type of person to question the status quo, and I've always questioned as to why the systems are the way that they are and why they are and all of these things. I think that along the journey of all of my life, I come to the conclusion that no matter the title, no matter the materials that I acquire, no matter what, stripping everything away from me, I am still me, and I will continue to be me for the rest of my life. And I really had to take a really hard look at myself and actually realize that I need to love me for who I am, no matter what anybody else says, no matter what anybody else thinks, no matter what anybody else believes about me. I've been tired of just not being able to not follow the rules and be successful at it. These past couple days have just shown me how much of a huge platform YouTube is, and that no matter what I've been watching in my past, those kinds of, I'm gonna try to get this message out as fast as I can, because it's just it's been a reflecting day for me. Of course, I have a long journey to still keep going, to still keep healing, to still keep learning about myself. But I realize how much of a huge platform YouTube is, and I realize that there are little pockets in this universe of realities that I have not discovered, that I have not been into, but that I can step into if I just decide, and if I truly believe that I can change my reality.